Okay, so today we're going to talk about protein. And we know why we need protein. We need protein obviously to help us to recover and to build muscle. There are many different sources of protein. Many years ago, I used to just think that all protein was the same, but then realised that obviously there are different quality proteins, not just in supplements, but in food as well. So if we start with the supplements, we have what's known as just a pure whey concentrate, which is very, very good, I would say, for just good general use throughout the day to bump up your protein intake up. So, for instance, if you're on about 150 grams of protein a day from food and you need 200, then you get the 50 from the whey protein powder. That's what supplements are for. They're there to support the diet. Wherever you're falling short, you put in with your supplement. It wouldn't be advised to just get all your protein from supplementation only. No one ever, has said that. So you can't beat food, and obviously the supplements are there to support the diet. So a good whey protein concentrate is what I normally advise people to go on when they start, because, you don't want to get too technical. You just need to make sure you're getting enough protein to support the training and what you're trying to achieve. So, okay, so we've got that. Okay, now the other protein which we can get is obviously an isolate. Now, whey isolate, which has been isolated from whey, which is like pre-digested, it's very quick in the system. It mixes a bit lighter normally, so it mixes more like a juice, which is what I like, which is obviously better for after training. And that is the best time to take it after training, because obviously, you want something that's in the system fast. And they call it the window of opportunity because there is a window after training where the body will definitely take more protein at any other given time. So normally I would say 30 to 40 grams of protein is pretty much what I would have every 2 to 3 hours. But after training, you can certainly ramp that up. You could pretty much double that and in some cases treble it. So after training is a key time post-workout to get protein. Another important time is first thing in the morning. And the reason for that is because, you've been without protein through the night. And what we're trying to achieve is a constant flow of protein all the time. I was always told when I started that you want to sort of recreate really when you're a baby, when a baby is growing, it is constantly feeding. It is constantly sleeping, and then it is constantly sort of going around and crawling, and nothing grows more than a baby. So we try to recreate that. We're trying to sort of like constantly have a constant flow of protein all the time. We don't want to go long periods because we're trying to recover, we're trying to constantly build muscle, where the muscles need protein to help it to do that. So, actually, we used to get up in the middle of the night and drink a protein drink during the night. If we got up to go to the toilet, we'd have the protein drink there, and we'd have a protein drink. But, I've sort of stopped doing that. I mean, occasionally I might do it, but I'm certainly not going to set the alarm to get up to have a protein drink, because then obviously sleep is also very important. I'm not going to disturb my sleep to have a protein drink. So yeah, key time, first thing in the morning, because we've been without protein through the night. But obviously another key time would be before bed, because obviously before bed we know we're going to be without protein for a period of time. And that's where the slow release casein comes into play. Casein protein is a slow release protein, normally mixes thicker. Some people even choose to have a whey concentrate and use milk, because it prevents it slows the digestion of the protein down. So you can do that. I mean, I have Greek yogurt and I mix a concentrate with that, or you can have, like I said, casein. The only thing is, you end up buying multiple proteins. So there are some supplements that actually are a blend which contain all the proteins in one. A very good one is by Explosive 8 now that they've brought out. Very, very good flavours. They've got a multi-stage protein. It has the isolate, it has the concentrate, and has the casein all in one. So you can have the protein at any one of them times, and you don't have to buy the whole all of the different tubs of protein, which obviously can cost a lot of money. So, and that comes in a cherry bakewell as well, so that's a great flavour, so you should give that a little go. But yeah, back on to best times. So first thing in the morning, straight after training, and before bed. They are key times for protein. So if there's ever a time to have a supplement, I would say it would definitely be then. So I wake up in the morning. Sometimes when I'm dieting, I'll just sort of say I was wanting to do cardio in the morning, or training, I'd at least get an isolate in first. and then I'd do my, I'd do my training, and then afterwards have a post-workout drink, of which I would have an isolate, but I'd also have some carbs with that as well. That's where the after train comes into play, because that's got everything all in one. And then throughout the day, if I'm going to have like me oats, with them oats, I'll probably put some whey concentrate, or if I just want the odd protein drink, it'll be whey concentrate. And then before bed, like I said, I would have my Greek yogurt, and with that I would put a scoop of protein just to slow the digestion down. So that's with the supplements. Now, talking about food, obviously there are different quality proteins in food, and this is something that I actually didn't know at the beginning either. I thought, if I was to just eat tuna all day, that'll be fine, because if I have a tin of tuna, it's 30 grams of protein. But the problem with that is that a tuna is a very poor quality protein. It's about 40% biological value, as where chicken is about 80, eggs are 100. And what we mean by biological value is basically it's the body's ability to convert that into basically muscle, in a sense. I was always told as well at the beginning that the best possible protein you could eat would be your training partner, because you are eating actual muscle. So the body hasn't really got to do anything to convert that to muscle. So when you eat sort of tuna, it's more of a poor quality protein, although it's good to have a full range of proteins. You don't want to just be on one source. I used to be, and then I started to think, I saw better gains getting the full range. So, on one meal I'd have chicken, then I'd have tuna, and I'd have fish, and I'd have my isolate, and I'd have my supplements. And, that is better to get the full range. But you can switch and change these whenever throughout the day. You just got this list of proteins which are available to you, and you just use them. And normally I mix one of them protein sources with my carb source. And obviously for fats, I choose Udo's oil, because some people go with cashew nuts, some people go with avocados and that, but personally for me, I just use Udo's oil. That goes very well with my oats and my protein. So then I'm getting the three together. It's a nice quick easy meal that gives me my 30 to 40 grams of protein and 30 grams of carbs with my fats. So that's very, very good. So yes, going back onto the foods, like I said, different quality proteins, obviously. So there is not only in supplements, but there is in food. So just try to get the full spectrum of proteins in the body. It also breaks it up and stops it being a bit, like chicken and rice. I don't mind doing that, to be honest with you, but some people just can't go chicken and rice. You need to sort of mix it up a little bit. So, you're going to get a bit bored with chicken and rice all the time. Although chicken is a hard one to beat. Chicken and rice, is one of them meals that is the bread and butter for a bodybuilder. But eggs, like I said, are probably the best source of protein that you can get. You can't beat eggs. Actually, a big mistake that I actually made at the beginning, and this is a bit of a story to tell here, is that, obviously I was having eggs raw. I thought that, that wasn't going to be a problem, so I'd get 6 eggs, which you see people do, and they crack the eggs and they put them in and they crack them in and then they drink them. In actual fact, I discovered that you're actually digesting pretty much none of that. So if any of you are having raw eggs out there, I'd suggest that you stop that, because you're not actually digesting that. You need to heat it to a certain temperature, because also I did actually get salmonella on holiday, and trust me, that was no joke. I went away, I had some raw eggs, I was trying to stick with my diet, I drank them and ended up in hospital for 2 weeks and lost nearly 4 stone, and it was serious, and that was a very bad experience, and certainly something that I learned from. So I think that the best way to have them is definitely scrambled. You can have them poached, you can have them any way, but definitely not to have them raw, even though you see in some films and that, they have them raw and they down them. But to be honest with you, I would avoid that if I was you. So definitely heat them up. But eggs, yes, are absolutely brilliant. Salmon is obviously a great source of protein, and also contains, good fats. And of course, like I said before, chicken is hard. Some people choose turkey, but I'm mainly chicken. So yes, that's pretty much about it for now about protein. There's just so much we could talk about when it comes to protein. But, just for today, I just wanted to go through the key times of which to have protein, which again, like I said, is first thing in the morning straight after training before bed. Getting a good variety of proteins, which is important, and spacing them out every 2 to 3 hours and having about 30 to 40 grams at a time. And after training, you can have a bit more than that. So I hope that's helped. And like I said, subscribe to this channel because it will then give you updates of new videos that are coming on. Like I said, I'm going to be doing plenty more videos on carbs and fats and supplements and bodybuilding and everything there is to do with the subject. So yes, and I'll speak to you soon.